2 minutes and I will be ready to go. Okay, so that's good. We are there. Select stream, refresh, 20th June. And I just need to share this in the chat groups. Live now and live now. Okay. Perfect. Okay, right. Who've we got in today? Okay, so a lot of people have just been dropping out while I was just talking about nothing. Well, that's all right. I apologize. Peanut, good afternoon. JDG Vibes, user Squawks, user Astrid. How we doing, guys? Um, yeah, so we had a great trade just now in the members chat. I did share the breakout idea on the free chat, but on the members group, I sent out the false break, and I'm just going to run through why it was a false break and how we took advantage of it. Okay, so um, how many of you have been to this live stream before? How many of you have been to this live stream before? If you've been, just put a number 1 in the chat box if you've been here before. Okay, so not many people have been here before then. So you're all new, if you're all new, welcome. I'm a price action trader. Peanut's been before, I recognize the name. I'm a price action trader. I predominantly trade gold. I will trade the DAX in the morning and I will trade NASDAQ in the afternoon. But I would say 90% of my trades are orientated around gold. Okay, so let's have a look why we took a false break and the breakout didn't occur like I sent out on the free channel. Now, for those of you that want to know exactly where, um, to find my free Telegram channel, YouTube channel, if you want to become a member, anything like that, you can see the link here. It saves me posting it out. You just need to copy that https://stand.store/trade and train. You can see all the free information there. You can also see any paid services we do. Right. So now that's gone. I want to explain why I took a false break. So we were looking for breakouts above here this morning when I was talking about the on the London live stream. So that was the main thing I was looking for, a breakout, because up until this 3 candles here, we didn't have clean range to trade back down in. It was a little bit messy. We had one big candle up, one big candle down. So here we had 3 continuous big candles. Then if we look at the 30-minute chart, this is when I basically sent it out, said, hey guys, watch out, breakouts looking like we could be on. We were pushing above. But you have to remember that a breakout and a false break are pretty much going to occur at the same point. The only difference will be you're having to wait at least 1 or 2 candles more for a false break, okay? Because you needed to try and prove that it broke out and then didn't. And then ultimately, what happened is we get inside candle, inside candle. So this is the market pausing. It's literally a pause. It's failing to break the highs and failing to break the lows. Now, if you look at the hourly chart, I actually didn't like the hourly chart to sell underneath there. The reason being, it looks good and it is a setup, but you can see my sell stop was, I don't know, what's the low of that, 54.80. I gave up maybe 5 pips, 6 pips to put my sell stop in. And the thought process behind that was because these are inside candles, you could get triggered underneath the low of that white inside candle there. And if you get triggered underneath the low, it actually hasn't broken a new low when you look at the 30-minute candle, the previous 30-minute candle, because these 2 candles were both within the range of the previous candle. Did you trade that setup on the chart? Yeah, this was sent out to my members. Members. All right, let me just share. Damn it. I'm literally just gonna. That won't work either. I don't know how. In fact, hold on. I'll show you what I'll do. Control T. All right, there we go. I'm gonna have to go down to a lower time frame so you can see it. Okay, I'm just gonna show you on my MT4 chart. Let's change. Let's see if I can go split view. What happens here? Display capture. Right, guys, I'm just gonna change the screen for you so you can see the MT4 screen. Right, on trading view, I'm just going to change it there. So you should be able to see the red arrow here, and then where it secures 15 pips, and then it comes down, didn't hit my TP2, and then reverses. Right, let's show you on TikTok. So let's zoom in. So I've had to drop down to a 5-minute chart so you can see it because it happened relatively quickly. You can see, I'm just going to see if I can mark it up on, how do I do this on? Settings. No. Okay, there was somewhere I could mark up on the chart. I think this is it. No. Oh, the sound effects. Didn't know that. Okay, so maybe we can start playing with the sound. Anyway, you can see it here. So this is the sell stop that was triggered, and then it went down, hit our 15 pips, and then we got stopped out at break even back here. Okay, so that's it now. So what am I going to look to do now? Well, potentially we could take a range trade. Homie just looks lost. TikTok user. Who looks lost? I look lost. Oh dear. Looks like we've got another keyboard warrior in the house. Well, I do apologize. Yeah, there's no sat nav to walk around in my office, bud. So yeah, I'm totally lost. Um, just working between TradingView and TikTok and YouTube. So apologies, guys, if it's a little bit uh, lost. Gold will go below 2,900. If it does, well, we'll be trading it. Look, at the end of the day, we've got to have rules, okay? So right now, there's no setup for me, okay? There's no setup for me. So what am I waiting for? Things that I could wait for would be a break and close below 33.44, okay? That's what I could wait for. I could also wait for a range trade, depending how this candle closes. Ideally, I want to see it come down and have a solid close on this support level. Do I think gold will go below 3,400 or go to 3,400? I don't know. I have no idea. All I'll do is I'll trade what I see. Okay, remember, um, we can't. Let's just get rid of that. Get rid of that for now. It's just looking a bit cluttered. So look, if we look at the daily chart right now, we're in the ideal area in theory to start looking for a potential higher low. Okay, there's no reason for me to think that this market is going to break this low. Okay, because the trend is up. The trend is up. You can't argue with that. The trend is up, right? And how do we define whether the trend is up? Well, a trend is up based on market structure. So market structure just means, are we seeing higher highs and higher lows? Okay, it's that simple. So if we look at the structure right now, I'm just going to mark it on very quickly for you. And you can see we've got a high, got a higher high, got a higher high here. If we look at the lows, a low here, a low here. So this market is still in an uptrend until we break this low here. So it can correct all the way down to 33.14, 33.13 before it maybe does that, or it may just keep going lower. None of us have a tool or the insight to know if it's going to do that or not. Okay, so we can forecast what we think, okay, but you don't know. And you can have such solid belief in your analysis that you think it's going to do that because of X, Y, and Z, or because fib levels here, or because of pivot levels there. Listen, let me just tell you, that's just a hypothetical way of analyzing the market. All that you can do is trade what you see. So if anyone tells you, I know this is going to happen, I know that's going to happen, the first thing you need to do is block them because they're full of crap. No one knows anything. The markets are random. The only thing we can see and we actually know is how futures markets are positioned. So what are the fees associated with taking a trade? It depends what type of account you're running. So if you're running, I don't know, say a standard account, then you're just going to have wider spreads. If you're running something like a pro or uh, a raw account, then your spreads are going to be really tight, and then you'll have commissions that go anything from $5 to $8, and some brokers will probably try and pull the wool over your eyes and maybe charge you $10 per lot round trip. So that means 5 in, 5 out, or 3 in, 3 out, depending what their fees are. So if you're a day trader, you want to go with a pro or a raw or an ECN account where the spreads are tight and you get charged a commission. Okay, that's what you want if you're a day trader. So focus on what you see, not what you think. Okay, because what you think will cause you a lot of damage. Okay, what you think will cause you a lot of damage. So trading is not something you want to be thinking about. You want to take emotions out of trading. Emotions will just eliminate your account because you will act on dopamine kicks, you will act on fear, you will act on greed, and you will do stupid shit. Okay, so if you really want to be good at trading, the best thing you can do is create a plan and stick to it. See if it works. Okay, so your plan is going to be a concept that has come about from something that worked in principle from back testing. Then you want to forward test it. Forward testing means you use it in the marketplace at very, very small lots, the smallest you can use. And if the results are very similar to what you've done from back testing, then you start to increase the lot size based on performance. Very much like going to the gym. You do not go into the gym and pick up the heaviest weight you can see because you're going to injure yourself. So injuring yourself in trading is blowing your account. Injuring yourself in the gym is picking up a heavy weight and trying to do something. You tear a rotator cuff, you tear your bicep, you do something to your chest, whatever it is. You try and do a deadlift and trap a nerve in your back, whatever. So don't just come to the markets and think you're going to come and start trading with the. You have an EA. EA is fine. Listen, I've had some bad experiences with EAs, so um, I I don't want to talk about EAs. I had a bad experience in 2015, and I had another one last year. So that's it. I'm done with EAs. Stanis doesn't use his brain anymore. Hey mate, I wish I didn't have to use mine. Mine's not very big. That's why the trading style that I have is very, very simple. King City, Sid, how you doing, Mr. Jamaica? They will learn the hard way if they don't listen. Do you refer to news? Look, I look at news based around the timing that it's going to be released. So, for example, 1:30 is when COMEX opens, so the commodity exchange. You get to see um, usually some fluctuations in the market. 1:30 is also a good time for the US to have scheduled news. Today, there's no scheduled news. The only thing we've got is obviously, well, when I say the only thing, we've got the major geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, which God knows what's going to happen there. So that's why I've put scheduled, because at any point a missile could be sent, Trump could say something, Israeli uh, Benjamin Netanyahu could say something, the Iranian leader could say something, and then all shit kicks off and the markets sink and gold flies, or vice versa. So listen, you just have to be very, very careful when it comes to the markets around these type of situations because volatility is our friend, but uncertain volatility is a dangerous thing because you just need to be on the wrong side of it and your stop loss ain't going to get taken out. It'll get taken out at a much worse price. What's it saying? Whenever I hear news, all I hear is manipulation in the market. Stay out long. Listen, loads of people will speak about manipulation, whatever. No one knows. No one knows. They just create the story of the rhetoric after the event has happened. So look, you can create any story you want. Let's say, I don't know, let's say a football team I don't know, let's say, who's it? Let's say Paris Saint-Germain lost to Brighton or lost to, I don't know, Leicester City. So Paris Saint-Germain, European champions, then they go and lose to Leicester City. People will create a story saying, well, Paris Saint-Germain have just played so many games in the Champions League, then they've played all the French league, and now their players are all tired, and Leicester City have had a break. They'll just create a story around it. They may have just played shit on the day. Um, so now what we're not going to do is compare football to trading. We can compare trading to anything because it's a process. I can compare it to fitness. I can compare it to martial arts. I can compare it to building a house. It all starts with foundations and a process. Everything is the same. It's all about a process. You go to a heart surgeon, they're going to follow a simple process of what to do with someone if they're doing a bypass. Uh, Again, it's a process. It's an if done scenario. So if it's like people saying trading is gambling and it clearly isn't. Yeah, now I love that. I love that because it is gambling for the majority of people because they get hooked. It's like going to the casino, they get hooked. But imagine you tell, I don't know, I referred to a book the other day by Annie Dukes, Thinking in Becks. Anyone that tells Annie Dukes she's a professional, a gambler, well, yeah, she is a gambler. She's a poker player. She's a professional poker player that understands the statistics and probabilities of success. So it's very different her playing poker to, I don't know, me playing poker or Joe Bloggs playing poker down the road. Yeah, if you understand situations and probabilities and outcomes, then it doesn't matter what you can still lose. There's nothing 100% or guaranteed in life. So if anyone ever tells you that there's an investment or something that's guaranteed, walk away from them. The only thing that's guaranteed in life is death and taxes. Sorry to be a bit blunt and a bit boring. Hi, Born, how are you? No, there's nothing to buy yet. We need to wait. We need to wait at least 11 minutes. 11 minutes. While we're waiting, I don't like the 15-minute chart on gold. 30-minute, there's potential. 30-minute, there's potential range trade long. But it has to close bullish. If we close bearish and come down, then what's your risk to reward ratio? I don't have one. Well, I'm Sean from TikTok. Uh, is that Fenton? Mr. Cairns? Is that the one? Is that the Sean? Wicked. All right. Hello, mate. How are you? Yeah, it's yeah, I don't have one. We're just consolidating in a range, no buys or sells yet. Yeah, exactly. Nothing for me just yet. I want price to come a bit lower before I do anything. Um, oh, have I missed any questions? The thinking trucker, how we doing? 1 to 2, 1 to 6, depending on what I take. Not for me. Hello, how did you do for TikTok to accept that you show your chart when I go live? They restrict me. KNet Capital, I have no idea, mate. I'm sorry, pal. I don't know. I'm terrible with this stuff. And as someone was pointing out earlier, I look lost. The bit where I get lost is I don't do guess, John. Where I get lost is when I'm trying to sort out the technical crap on here, going from trading view to MetaTrader. So, do I only trade gold? No, in the afternoon I'll trade NASDAQ as well. But I'm I was looking for potential shorts this morning, looking for this gap to be filled at some point. So it doesn't look like doesn't look like. See, this is where I start to get lost. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. Okay, now we've seen a big old change on the daily. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Okay, there's no room here. 1 hour. Okay, Nasdaq I have zero interest in the Nasdaq right now. Zero interest. If we were to maybe reach these levels and I saw some kind of rejection, I would look for a false break from here if we get a strong push up, or if we push up and then pull back, I'll look for a BPC trade. Sorry guys, just a little bit thirsty. Right, let's have a look. Go back to gold. So there's nothing on NASDAQ for me whatsoever. Okay, 8 minutes. If this candle closes bullish like this in the next 7 minutes, we could have a trade if the next candle wicks down. It'll be a range trade. If it goes too high, then there'll be no trade. You know what? I'm just looking at this now. What have we got there? 30 pips. In fact, guys, I'm going to buy the break of that high if it hasn't gone already. No, it's not gone already. So I'm going to buy the break of the 15-minute high. So orders going in. I'm just going to show you on YouTube first because I can do that quickly. There we go. So you should be able to see that in. Let me just put partial TPs. Sorry guys, I'm just going to have to do my partial TPs first. There we go. Okay, all right, let's see if I can change over on TikTok. All right, just bear with me a second, guys. It's just there we go. It's working now. Okay, so we have potential buy order, pending order above the highs of this 15-minute candle. First TP is 15 pips. Let's just stick a second one in. 200 pips. Well, 200 pips. It's 20 pips. 200 points. Okay, so we're live. Auto break even will go in at 70 pips, or 7 pips, I should say. 70 points, or 7 pips, or 70 points. Let's just drop that in. There we go. Let's activate. So let's see what happens. The market move. I'll answer questions in a minute, guys. So I'm just going to look at the charts for now. Buy stop order, yeah. So I'll bring the rules on the board in a minute. It was just moving a little bit quick. So I just went straight to MT4 to place it. So I'm 10 pips down at the minute, guys. What are you talking about? Fibonacci, I don't use Fibonacci. Do not use Fibonacci at all. Just price action. You win, you lose. Stick to your rules. That's it. Yep. No price, only price action. No fibs. No smart money concepts. No ICT. No fair value gaps. Could be having first loser of the week, but we'll see. You're seeing buys now. Yeah, I bought above the 15-minute high. Bullish candle, candle wick down, then broke the highs. And I'll bring up my rules in a minute. I just couldn't bring them up in time for the buy. Okay, and there we go. That's all right. So one sec. Let me see if I'll just copy him. In fact, it won't work. 2 minutes for comics to open. A little bit under now. 1 minute 40. So it was based off of 50. It was based off a 15-minute bullish candle close. The second candle then went down before breaking the highs, rejecting previous support here. So that's the process, guys. You win, you lose, you stick to the rules. Doesn't matter. It's all about following the rules and being disciplined. God, I tell you what's all the chat. Go to his YouTube. You can see him trade most days. Yeah, exactly. I'm here every day, guys. Listen, it'd be nice to have a loss because you guys, there's so many haters here. It does make me laugh. Um, and there's which pair? This is Gold Vivi. So you'll generally see me trade gold. Um, Billy, I just followed. Thank you. Who, oh, st exactly. Listen, I just you can't help it. People will always want to critique you for doing your own thing. And look, if it stops out, it stops out. It is what it is. Um, we're very close to being stopped out, but you have to stick to your rules, guys. Uh, you're not going to trade anything differently. Um, listen, the whole point of using hi, I'm Francois. Hello, Francois. How are you? Look, price action will give you the key areas to sit and watch and follow. Um, it's formed a base here. So look, realistically, could say I was a little bit aggressive with my stops by not putting it underneath here. But once this candle here broke the high, then in theory, after it's gone down and then broken the high, it shouldn't then come down and break its own low. So you just move your stop underneath the low. And that's the thing, you want your risk as small as possible. Uh, multiple accounts. Yeah, because look, it's not about hating. You weren't hating, but look, I'm here talking about what I do, and if you want to talk about what you do, you just go on and you do it on your account. By all means, um, I'm not accurate to you. So if you want to be accurate and you want to do it, go live and let people see you do it live. That's all I'm saying. So I just keep blocking you, mate. If I was you, I'd keep your mouth shut. So guys, listen, anyone that is going to tell you you're not accurate, what are they basing it upon? Their viewpoint. I am telling you the rules that I do, and I do it on a daily basis. You come here and see me do it. Ask whoever his name is to go live every day, trade his rules, and then, you know, it's not me hating. It's just I can't be bothered with the tittle tattle. You know, life's simple. I have simple rules, and I have simple rules in my life. If you don't agree with what I do, don't be here. Yeah, that's it. I'm not wasting your time, and I would hate to waste your time. but it doesn't look like this trade will survive. But because if it does, then great. But we're too close to the stop now. There we go, and that's the hit for today. Nothing is certain. Nothing is certain. But you know what? If it sets up again, I would be interested in taking it. Mr. Easy started following me. Hi, Mr. Easy. How are you? Uh, so we win some, we lose some. Exactly. It is what it is, guys. I don't want to profess, and I would never profess that you're going to have a 100% success rate. You're going to have losses. Let me just get TradingView back. So there you go, guys. I am human. We had a 100% strike rate this week. We, what do you think about a buy entry now? No, I wouldn't do any buys now until buyers step back in. YouTube, bear with me a sec. I'm just gonna watch this. We we may how long we got? 33 is it would have taken me out regardless because it broke the lows. Yeah. But it's come down to hit this zone now. If this flips and goes bullish, then I'll take another order. I like where it is, but it has to go bullish. You know, I won't just sit here and take another trade for trading's sake. Yeah. Uh, one thing I hate is losing, but it's part and parcel of the industry, right? What's your risk ratio? Vivi, you've been here quite a lot. I don't have a risk ratio because it depends. Some trades I'll get a 20 pip stop loss, some I'll get a 40. That one you saw was, I think it was 40 or 39. Um, Hi Terry, which instruments are opening at 130? Commodities. So it's the commodity index, commodity exchange, I should say, COMEX. If this flips bullish, if it flips bullish, I will buy it on the break of the high. So we've got 15 minutes to wait. See if it's going to flip bullish. 10 minutes, should say. Uh, Brother, it's already rejected. Um, it's rejected when it's closed for me. That's my rules. So it's up to you how you want good short profits. Um, Listen, guys, just remember these are my rules. So, for example, let, let's just show you text. Uh, bu- 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 Oh, it's BPC. One second. Where's my range? Text. Range short. Range long has been deleted for some reason. So look, just imagine the inverse of this. So this is what we'd seen. 15-minute structure here. Price came down. Has support been formed? Yes, support was formed here. Bullish candle closing above. Then next thing, what we're looking for is the market to pull back down, break the highs. Yes, clear space to the left-hand side. We had 30 pips to the highs. So then buy stop above the highs. So that's what we did. Unfortunately, it didn't map out. It was a loss. But that's part of trading, right? So I'm not going to sit here and you will know because a lot of you have logged in most days over the last few weeks. Um, I've only been doing it live on TikTok for about 3 weeks, YouTube since I think January. But you will know higher time frame gold is retesting before it continues the trend. Look, gold is moving lower on the higher time frame. It's just a correction period on the higher time frame, as I see it right now. Once we change structure, then great. We can give it more room to go higher in our initial targets. But as I trade, listen, guys, I appreciate hey Mark, what are your setup rules or was showing on tech? Yeah, so you'll see it every time I place a trade. So look, for example, if we're looking for a breakout, the next one that I would want to trade, realistically, we've got downrange candles, so it'd be a range here. So we're looking for this candle to close bullish, the next candle to start moving lower. Then we buy the break of the high and we have clear candle space. So we're looking at least 60 pips above the high in order for us to take a trade. That's if it closes somewhere near the highs. But I'll always place my rules on the screen just before I take a trade. Uh, yes, it's Friday. Fridays, I don't like Fridays, but we've had a couple of winning trades this morning, and one losing trade. So let's see how this finishes in the next 7 minutes. At 145, if this candle flips bullish and the next candle wicks lower, I'll be a buyer. Do you trade London session? Yeah, but I only do the London session on TikTok and YouTube on a Friday. The rest of the time I do it for my members. Uh, But if it's rejected to go down, need to buy. Yeah, if it's rejected, it's not rejected yet. I bought it here when it had rejected, and look what happens. This is why you can't be certain, right? Support was formed. Support has been formed because you've got a seller candle followed by a buyer candle, and then the next candle takes out the high. Look what happens. We did that at support here, and then the next thing is the market moves lower, takes out stops. So if I hadn't have had my stop here and I'd put it underneath here, I'd have been stopped out and had a much bigger loss. So all I'm doing is protecting my capital. If it reverses and comes back up again, I'll take it long again. Um, Finally, someone who has a clear set of rules and a great mindset. Thank you, DR6. Kingy Nation, back again. My buy limit didn't tap before the price flew this morning. Gutted. How do you join my membership? So look, there's the link to my standstill. I don't know if it'll paste on here, but you can see the link on the chart. Um, I'll put it in. Yeah, see, it's just come up as text. Um, I'll just put it here. You can see my free services, free Telegram channel. Um, Obviously, YouTube is free, but I want to be a buyer. I still want to be a buyer of this. No, still want to be a buyer. So let's see how this 15-minute candle closes. If it closes bullish, we're going to buy on the break of the high. So we've got 4 minutes to wait, see what happens. I think the price is going down to find support at 339.50 first before it goes up. Okay, so touch this wick. Basically, just take out the wick. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see, won't we? A pleasure, Beneke or Benke. Uh, I just subscribed to your YouTube. Thanks, Billy. You can see all the old videos. You'll see trades taken in there, so you'll see exactly what I'm doing. I'm not here to con people, guys. Um, what you get in my membership is exactly the same as what you do here. Only difference is you got access to me and two of my other traders. We do some or they do the swing trading on a night time for the New York close. You get the recordings of all the videos, you get watch lists, you get live setups throughout the day, watch lists, different things. So yeah, there's a lot involved in there. There's a few members I think sat in here right now. Um, so yeah, the thinking trucker. So hi guys. Yeah, if you just joined, we've taken one trade today. It was a loss. I bought above this high here. We got triggered in, and then the market's just come down, taken us out. My stop was moved underneath the low of the 15-minute candle. So we'll see what happens now. I'm not just going to jump into another trade. I'll wait and see what happens. I think realistically, probably need to watch the 30-minute candle um, for a bullish candle close here. Don't want to just get whipsawed in another trade. Right, what's questions coming in? What initial advice do you have on using an instant account? Okay, good idea. Good question, I should say. So if you're using an instant account, first thing I'd say is, even if it's not an instant account, if it's just a prop account, but you're going through a challenge, you don't want to start off on a bad foot, right? Because you don't want to be playing catch up. So start off with lower risk. I don't trade orb, don't know what it is. Start off with lower risk. Um, so either way, if it goes wrong, you lose less. If it goes right, yes, you're winning less, but you're just building a bit of a buffer. So you want to create a little bit of a buffer. The, when you're using an instant account, especially with like the ones that, if you go into instant, if you go into my stand store, you'll see the one that I recommend. It's called Instant FX Capital. They are the best. In fact, I would say they are the best that I'm aware of based on the fact that I've seen a lot of people get paid out by them. And the restrictions in terms of what you have as a trader are fantastic. Meaning, you don't have to worry about having two trades within the space of 2 or 5 minutes of each other. They're not going to add them together. Yeah, start on 0.01. You can start higher if you want, but just get into the swing of things. And I'd say that on your real account as well. So there's no time restrictions on how close trades are together. You can trade through news. You can use EAs. Um, uh, uh, you- there's no daily drawdown limit. There is a static drawdown. So it doesn't move. If you've got a 10K account, your static drawdown is 9K. So if you make 5%, you've got a buffer of 15%. What else is there? You can, if you don't want to place a stop loss, you don't have to place a stop loss. I wouldn't advise it. I don't think they would either. Other than that, it's literally like trading your own account. The only difference is you've got a 10% drawdown. Hello, stocks trade. User not found. Buy or sell, mister. Nothing right now. I did have a buy and got stopped out. Uh, yeah, in fact, let me just get you the, I'll just have to, one second. It is called, what's it? There you go, Instant FX Capital. Let me just pull it up for you. This one. I'm just going to share it with you now, guys. And superb, great customer service. Oh, that didn't work. Why did that not work? There you go. That's better. Error. Uh, on YouTube, guys, just let me know if you saw that link that just came out. What's going on? Some weird stuff's happening on YouTube. Which prop firm? Risk 2-to-1 or 1-to-1? Again, that is personal preference and rules. One-time fee. Yeah, it worked. Okay, fantastic. Um, yeah, just one-time fee. You don't pay monthly. Uh, Invoice as and when you've hit your barriers, and then at the end of the month they'll pay out. It's instant as well. You're not buying a demo account, which is nice. You have to go through KYC and AML, so you're actually putting into a real account. Okay, very, very different. You're not just buying a demo account. Okay, so really, really cool. Much, much better than anything else I've seen. But all I can say is you have to have a look, see what you think, speak to them, and then you can see from face value what your thoughts are. What do you think about FTMO? I mean, look, they're obviously going to be good, or they wouldn't have been in the industry for so long. Uh, they've just bought Oanda, or back end of last year. So they're Dilla, yeah, you can buy if you want. I'm not buying. I'm waiting. Uh, I wonder if there's something that's just coming out because stocks are going a bit potty. Forex Live. Fed's Waller, I'm all in favor of saying maybe we should think about cutting in July. Okay, that's why. Senior Iranian official says Iran is ready to discuss limitations on uranium enrichment. Okay. All right, so that's very positive for stocks. So you've got one of the Fed officials saying that he's looking for a cut in July, and then you've got the Iranian, where's that just gone? Senior Iranian official says Iran is ready to discuss limitations on uranium enrichment. So if if that's not just speculative and it is true, again, we don't know, but looking at what's happening with um, indexes, the markets are very much risk on. So risk on means indexes up. People are prepared to risk their hard-earned tax-paid money, um, and that means it's going to have an impact on safe havens, which is why seeing gold selling off a little bit. But let's see what happens because the amount of times you see these spins and then it just reverses. But mm, so yeah, we're sitting pretty in an area that is of interest. Uh, Unfortunately, guys, if you have just logged in, we have taken one trade and it has been a losing trade today. Yes, a losing trade today. I apologize. I hate losing myself, but it happens. It happens. And if you don't think it happens, then you are in the wrong industry. It's a bit like a boxer not expecting to get punched in the face. Just the DR6, what's this? Just past the challenges and a lot of people complaining about FTMO. Oh, really? Yeah, I've got a Telegram channel. You can jump on the free Telegram channel here. Oh no, damn it, I've just shared the wrong link. I've just shared you, apologies, I just shared you the instant funding account again. So the Telegram channel, you will have to go to my stand store. And when you click on the stand store, it's, I don't know, one of the options down there. So look, Telegram is a little bit like WhatsApp. It's just a free messenger. Um, so I have a free channel on there where I post some information. Uh, and that's it, guys. I usually post a couple of charts a day with potential trade setup ideas. We'll hop on. All right, lovely, thanks. Is FTMO a reliable funded account? Look, I mean, they must be. I don't know. I've not had experience of them. The reason I'm saying they must be is because scam artists don't last forever, right? Or they shouldn't. Um, so I can't see it, but I can't speak from experience. I've I've done a few. I've done 5%ers. Um, they failed me because I used magic keys. Um, Prop Vault, they failed me for using magic keys. You pass the challenges, and then when you get to pay out, they say, "Oh, you can't use that." What else were? Sure leverage funding, done them. They gave me refunds. Um, Customer service was excellent at sure leverage funding, but the I've forgotten what the broker was that they used. I can't remember, but the spreads and the slippage was just ridiculous. But the head of I've forgotten his name, Dylan, I think it was. Really, really nice guy. Understood my frustrations, and because I live stream it, there was no arguing. He could see what was happening. Um, yeah, he just refunded the accounts. So he said when they get their own liquidity and their own thingies, I said sure, I'll have a look back. But realistically, you've got to speak based on facts and what you've seen. I don't want to speak off hearsay. Um, I just know that Instant FX Capital, a lot of yeah, I've used 5%ers. Um, not for me. I like to use magic keys. A lot of my members like to use Dane's Trades or what's the other one? Trade Assistant. So they're all very, very similar. They're categorized as an EA, um, but basically when you're hitting take profit, it automatically closes half or whatever percentage you choose, and then your stop loss goes to break even. So it's really good for taking a lot of stress out of your trading. Hi Narinda, how you doing? FTMO have always been rated number one, but have made some large accounts angry, tightening some rules. Ah, well, I can believe it because they're going to have to pay out the pockets. Yeah, that's the issue, because you're effectively buying a demo account and they're relying on more more new traders or more gamblers to come to the market to cover paying out any of the large ones. Yeah, does that make sense, guys? Um, right. What's It's a bit quiet. 2 o'clock. Let's see what happens, but I don't think we're going to get another. Okay, so if we can get through these spikes down here, there's a lot of space to the next zone. So I do have an interest in shorts as well, but I know it might be a bit small on your TikTok screen, but I'm just going to zoom back in a second. So we just have to wait, guys. And this is where a lot of people become impatient. Now, interestingly, right, you see what I did? I dropped down to the 15-minute time frame, and I did it because of the time of day, right? At 1:30, just before 1:30, COMEX is opening. You usually get a nice little surge, and the surge can be the upside or the downside. But because the support was initially formed, by me jumping in on that lower time frame, yeah, obviously I got triggered in and then stopped out. The surge didn't follow through. If you look at the 30, if I'd applied the same set of rules, I wouldn't have been triggered in just yet because look, we've got the support being formed. We've got buyers coming in. Next candle, we're waiting for a wick down. As it wicks down, we place our buy stops above the highs. So I wouldn't have been triggered in. So it is what it is. I mean, I would take that trade every time. The basis that we're rejecting support, we'd gone down first, and we're just coming into COMEX opening, I'd place it. So I don't, I'm not bothered about the loss. My son uses EAs. Yeah, just be careful. Once you get funded, the rules change. Just message them because I copy from social trader tools as well. So have a look if you're trading direct on there. So I use Global Prime and Icon as my brokers. And I'll trade off both of those. So here today you see me trading off Global Prime. Um, and then I use a piece of software called Social Trader Tools. Um, it's a bit like Traders Connect, and that copies to the accounts. So if you're using any funded accounts, check that you can copy onto them. Again, categorize how they categorize is it varies. So yeah, just get him to check what you can and can't do. There's so many different rules and regulations across all these funded accounts. I just can't be bothered to read the small prints anymore. Sorry guys, 1 second. Did you send the Zoom link? Oh shit. Sorry guys, bear with me 1 second. I've got a session with a client in 25 minutes, so I just need to uh, uh, 1 second. Bear with me, sorry guys. Right. Okay, so nothing going on. Steady Friday. See, even the NASDAQ, I wouldn't have had a setup for longs. DAX, what's going on? I think I've just lost Wi-Fi. No internet. Hello? Ugh. Hello? Guys? Hello. Um, sorry, Wi-Fi or internet just crashed. Thanks, Gold Trader. Have a good weekend. Yeah, sorry, no, I just lost. Something happened here. Wi-Fi just went, or router just went. But yeah, there's nothing. I don't like any of the indexes for long or short. Um, if we get up here, like I said, potential, but I'd rather see the indexes come down, form support, and then look for long. Gold, we're just going to sit tight. We're going to sit tight for now. Take a magnet to get gold into entry zone. Take a magnet. Right. Okay. What's happening? It's a bit quiet, isn't it? There's not a lot really happening today. 1 second. Let me just. It's coming down. Let's see. It's coming down. Let's wait. Well, I can't do anything here because I haven't got a close below. So look, if I'm going to trade a breakout to the downside, these would be my rules. So that would be my rules if I'm gonna take a breakout trade. Okay, so I need the market. Can you see it on TikTok or is it too small? Just sell, man. Yeah. Okay. Well, unfortunately, oh, it's a bit big. Unfortunately, I won't do that. So there you go. That would be my rules if I'm gonna sell. So I'd want to see the market close below support. I want to see if there's clear space to the downside, which there is. The only sort of thing you got to worry about is this wick low here. So that wick. Next candle to wick up. So once we've closed below support, the next candle to wick up, and then we can sell below the low of the candle that's closed below. And then we just placed a sell stop underneath there, and then we look to scale out. Okay. So very simple. You can screen grab it. You can do what you like. Um, do you understand the rules? If you understand the rules for the breakout short, if we get that, just drop a like in the chat box. Just drop some likes on TikTok and YouTube. One second, guys. One second. Sorry, one second, guys. I just got to remember messaging. One second. Right, there we go. Thierry Nicolette, please don't chase the market. Give it time. Okay, yeah, never, never chase. Don't chase. If you take a trade, wouldn't sell now, too late. Now, entry was clearly 55, 57. Um, yeah, I mean, based on my breakout rules, if I got a close below, I'm happy to trade it, regardless of where it's come from. I got a sell, I got a buy limit at 33, 39. Okay, nice. Can you demonstrate this rule with a chart, please? Okay, so uh, where do we have a breakout? Here you go. Hold on. Let's go to 30. I think this was a trade. What time was that one? No, didn't take that. We took this one, but that's not a breakout. Okay, I'll just draw it for you. One second. So I'll draw it for you. So this would be what it looks like. If we get the market close, let's say that's a bearish candle that's closed below support. And oh God. One second. Let me just get rid of those arrows. Okay, so it's closed below support. The next candle, as it opens, I need to see it wick up first. As it goes up first, so this will look like a bullish candle at this point. As that happens, I then want to place my sell order just underneath here, plus spread. So then, as it reverses, if it does reverse, this is what will happen. And the thought process and the rationale behind this, guys, is and that would happen, right? So why do I do that? I do that because if you imagine you want to fire a bow and arrow, as you pull the bow back and you let go, the arrow goes forward. If you want to fire a gun, you cock it, you pull the trigger, the hammer goes forward, hits the bullet and projects forward. The cars that you had when you were a kid and you pulled it back, you let go and it fires forwards. So that's how I look at the charts. Okay, I look at the charts based around the market. Okay, so potential here. I've got 8 minutes. So this would be like a range trade. If we get a close above that area, we get a close above that area, the next candle wicks down, I'll be a buyer again. Unless, no. I was just seeing if we were going to get an outside candle, but no. So other things to remember, guys, is what time frame is that? 15 minutes. Why does that? Okay. If we break the high of this bearish. Hold on, guys. But if we break the high of this, I am gonna look. Hold on. No, we haven't got bearish, bullish close. No, need to wait. Need to wait 15 minutes. Not 15 minutes. Need to wait 7 minutes. If it goes, it goes. I hope all those that were betting their money on going short didn't just follow through with putting loads of it on. Abdullah, bye. Yeah, bye, bro. No, wait. I've got to wait for my candle, mate. I've got to wait for my candle. 7 minutes. Look, just remember this. It's a great analogy, and I've said it God knows how many times. I'd rather be a pilot on the floor wishing I was in the air than a pilot in the air wishing I was on the floor. Yeah? Listen, having balls of steel and just buying because it's moving doesn't get you the glory. Uh yeah, what is its name? What is what's name? All right, guys. Listen, I know this trade's name. It would be a range trade. Be a range trade, BPC, but range trade. They're very, very similar in this instance. So, guys, listen, whether you disagree or agree with something, there's no need to start calling on one another. It's not acceptable. So, if you think it's a buy, that's fine. If you don't think it's a buy because there's no confirmation, that's fine as well. You have your opinions, but no need to start dissing, okay? It's not worth it. Yeah, listen, you can change your mind if the market breaks and then does a false break. So listen, I've got no problems with people changing their own mind because the market will change just as quick. But we can't go sell, 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 and then buy, 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 buy. Um, ultimately right now, yeah, you could say I've missed this trade. I was contemplating buying the break of this high, but that would have been me going against my rules and just going on gut feel, okay? Because there was no confirmation. I need this candle to close. Would I have hit target? 34, 33, 49, 60. Yeah, I'd have got first TP on that one. But uh, right, 1 second. I have about 10 minutes left, guys, before I have to go because I do have a client that I got a one-to-one session with at 2:30. So I just need to create a Zoom link in a few minutes. But yeah, that's unfortunate because we were right at looking at buys. But listen, this is why you can be right and still lose, and you can be right and the market goes against you. 211. Guys, can we know why trading gold was so hard this week? I had a bad day on Tuesday. Tuesday was a shocker for me. Tuesday was a shocking day. Wednesday, Thursday, good days, but Tuesday, uh, did got in some bad habits. I was your liquid. That's good to know. That's good to know. Well, as long as I was someone's liquid, that's all that matters. There's always someone that is someone's liquid, and you can't take offense to it, guys. For every buyer, there's always a seller. You had a bad one Monday. Yeah, it's me, bro. I'm your confirmation. Wicked. You guys, I do love the positivity of some people. Uh, well, yeah, this is gone. You're out now. Good. Nice one, mate. But I don't buy on emotion and I don't sell on emotion. If I do, then I'm breaking my rules. Okay? So I just wait for my confirmation. If I get it, fantastic. If I don't, then there's not a lot I can do. I just sit here. Yeah, I missed it. I missed it. But oh, peanut, 9% on the day. Lovely. Uh, listen, you just have to stay focused, mate. If you trade on emotion, I guarantee you one thing will happen. Your account, it will finish in the cemetery. You may do really well on it for a period of time, but there will be a time when your account will be in the cemetery. And at that point, there's not a lot I can say. Yeah, can't say anything other than um, that was unfortunate. But the only thing you can control, guys, is the risk. Rutchin from Guyana. Hey, how we doing? You guys, you guys are killing me in here. So look, there's definitely no trades on the NASDAQ and the DAX for me, right? So I'm not even looking at them, right? So I'm just going to get rid of these because I was speaking about this earlier. Um, but look, what I can say is it's very easy. People sitting there typing away on the keyboard um, and professing to do X, Y, and Z. You know, if someone's really believes what they can do and can explain it in a way that people can understand so they know it's not gambling or just a load of bollocks, then they should just go live. Go live. You don't need to sit on my stream and start talking about what to do and how to do it. If you are good and you believe in your skill sets, mate, listen, then just get out there, go live and share your knowledge with people because people will appreciate it. That's fact. People always appreciate value, and if you can give someone information, um, and they like what you do, guess what? They'll appreciate it. Um, so, and if people don't like it, they'll either I I don't do guests. By all means, like you say, if you wanna be a guest, s- do a live stream and then invite someone on. I don't do guests, okay? Unless it's someone I know. The first year of trading was very intense. After that, you learn a lot about emotions. Not kidding. Not kidding. Emotions, mate. And the big, you need to be able to curb your emotions at the beginning. Why are you looking for buys above 33.57? Okay, good question. So look, I have clear resistance here and here, and I have clear support here and here. So what I always look for is clear space to the left-hand side. So I get nice big candles here. So if we get a closure above here and a wick down, I will look to trade into that area. You see this resistance here? Then there's resistance here. Then these wicks here and here. All this area, for me, I can't do anything with that. I can't do anything with that. This bit I can trade into. So I would exit my full trade here. All of this is just horrible. The next place that I could look to trade above that would be here. I could look to trade above there. So if I just write on here, text, close for trade. Okay, so imagine this area, right? This area here and here, this is a little bit, I don't know. I'd say it's a little bit like driving at rush hour. Okay, you're going to get stuck in traffic. You're going to get stuck no matter where you are. Um, just you're going to be inundated in traffic. You're not going to move. Whereas if I'm looking at a chart, I want to imagine I'm on the freeway or the highway or the motorway where there's no traffic. And that to me is what those big candles are. Okay? That's what the big candles are. Where you see those big candles, um, that's what I'd be looking for. So, what do I trade? I trade gold, NASDAQ, and DAX. So DAX predominantly in the morning. Um, oh, what's this? Is there a problem with YouTube, guys? I've got a red dot on YouTube. YouTube. It's just saying. Let me see if I can log in on my phone. Uh, Guys on YouTube, can you just message me if you can hear me? What does wick up mean? Wick up means that if you're selling, if you're looking to sell here, you want the next candle to go up. So it starts as a bullish candle. So that then if it does reverse, as it reverses and moves lower and takes out the lows, it then becomes a bearish candle. So if you look here, you've got this, let me zoom in. So if you look at this bearish candle here, the next candle is closed below that area. The next candle pushes up first and then breaks the lows. So that'd be your wick up. So it goes higher first before breaking the lows. Does that make sense? Perfect. Okay. Oh man, what's going on here? Why is these guys going nuts? All right, guys, the chat in TikTok's going a bit crazy. So listen, if you're just gonna sit here and start talking just sells and buys, whatever, next time I see it, I just block you guys. Um, there's no point. Like I say, if you're not gonna adhere or be interested in the rules that I apply, then go and talk your buys, sells, and gambling technique somewhere else. Okay? Yeah, so look, on that note, I'm gonna do one because I've got 10 minutes before my next session. So guys, one trade today. If you've just joined, we had one trade. It was a losing trade. So there's you saw it live, we took it, we lost. It is part and parcel of trading. Um, that's it. First lose, I think, on the stream this week, but it happens. At least you see it live, right? There's no hiding. Guys, thank you so much. Have a brilliant weekend, and I will be back Monday afternoon, 1 p.m. for a live stream. So if you're interested in a live stream on Monday, get those likes up above, like, just hit the like button. Fuck it, go wild. Yeah, thanks, Pastor. I'm glad you found it interesting. DR6, thank you. Yeah, don't worry, I'll be here most days, 1 o'clock. Okay, most days, 1 o'clock. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful weekend and stay disciplined. Let's